Okay, you ready, Zoe?
Yes, I'm ready.
We're 36 minutes in. You're about to get fought with. Zoe.
Hang on. Let me get into like fight squad mode. Okay.
Do what you gotta do. Assemble. Was that like a snore? Was that like an awake snore?
Go.
Okay. Are you gonna hold your breath this whole time?
Yes.
We, on the suggestion of many, we don't watch much TV, but people implored us to watch Love is Blind. We talked about it on the podcast. We're like, what a great jumping off point to something fun, special that we could talk about, you and I.
Yes.
Experiencing it together, having our thoughts birthed simultaneously.
Uh-huh.
What a beautiful thing. What a shared experience.
Yes.
And then I come home twice
That's 2 times.
from shows.
Yes.
Because you know I work at night. Papa
Yeah.
works at night.
Yes. And Mama stays home and watches reality TV.
But Papa
apparently.
don't preach. Doesn't make any sense here.
Papa can't preach.
Papa can dance though.
Dance.
So I
dance,
come home
dance.
twice, late
2
late
times.
at night,
Yep.
and this lady,
Easy, my dude.
you'd be easy on me, is so far ahead of me, several episodes ahead. When we agreed, we looked into each other's eyes and we agreed when we got married that you would not watch ahead Love is Blind.
Okay.
And you did that.
Okay.
And there's so many things to watch on Netflix.
Okay.
And you went behind my back.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're feeling like I went behind your back.
I'm not feeling, well, I am feeling like that, but there's a reason.
Yes.
It's because you
and
did.
I'm sorry you're feeling betrayed by I literally could not stop myself.
So last week, we did a little breakdown synopsis of episode 1, season 1 of Love is Blind. You know who else did a breakdown synopsis of episode 1, season 1 of Love is Blind? Every character on episode 1, season 1 of Love is Blind. So if you missed that and want to hear it 87 times, go watch season 1, episode 1 of season 1 of Love is Blind. And you'll get the gist. Next time I jump back into the fold, it's season 1, episode 6. Not episode 2.
We'll go back and watch episode 2.
I don't want to go back. You have destroyed my desire to see the forward
It's a
progress
fucking
of that
shit show.
Fuck yeah, and that's what we're talking about for the rest of the episode.
Okay, let's
and
go.
I would invite everyone, a lot of judgment, by the way, from several different people who we know mutually, saying, oh, you guys are watching that. You guys are one of the people who watches that. We don't watch jack shit. I was told by somebody who I trust that this is a goddamn train wreck.
Yes.
So I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
And guess what else? I've seen 2.5 episodes. So keep your judgment in your pants and do a dance.
Dance, dance, dance.
And get out of my fucking mouth. So this is our review of season 1, episode 6 of Love is Blind. They're all in houses now.
Yes.
So last time I saw them,
They were all in pods.
they were getting acquainted with each other's voices in a 0-bathroom apartment called a pod.
Fallen in love, blind.
They were falling in love on a sound stage in a city, surrounded by each other. And then I guess they paired off and they said, okay, Netflix tells me I got to fall in love and marry one of these people. So I guess somehow in the 5 episodes that I missed, they are all married and in love now.
They're not married yet.
What are they, engaged?
They're engaged.
So stupid. And we proceed. Such a stupid thing to do because of an experiment, and we proceed. We catch, so they're all kind of, this is them outside of the containment area.
Right.
Seeing each other's houses for the first time. Are they flying all over the country for this, or did they
No,
just pick people from like South Carolina?
I don't know. I think they picked people that live in Atlanta.
It's all Hotlanta
Hotlanta.
residents. Okay. So we meet up with all the different couples seeing each other's houses, also being introduced to each other's families. Mm-hmm. And first couple we're going to talk about is Mark, and I have her here as old lady.
Jessica.
Old lady is Jessica. Jessica's 34 years old and just talks about how old as shit she is the whole time.
Yeah.
If you're 34 and talking about how old you are, you're missing out on a lot of life.
So anyone that hasn't seen this, though, Jessica is a little bit butthurt that Barrett didn't, or whatever the fuck his name is.
His name is definitely Barnett.
Barnett did not choose her. So she is like butthurt because that was her dude.
Yeah, man. You're forming these non-visual connections with people, and she just wants to be loved. So she's putting on the Ritz for everyone. Mm-hmm. And there's a guy who likes her very much, and his name is Mark, and he's all in. And then there's a guy named Barnett who's just smooth as butter. Hot butter.
As smooth as Barnett.
Fine. And she's maybe thinking, old lady is maybe thinking that she made the wrong choice now that she could see this guy and the other guy. You could see the other guy.
Yeah.
Which is where the show gets interesting.
And they hang out.
They hang out. She hangs out with the person that she really wishes she was with. She made a commitment to be engaged to somebody who she wasn't even sure of. Meanwhile, and I don't even think I have to point this out, but I will. Both of them are strangers.
But her stranger,
lest we forget.
the stranger that she chose, though, is 10 years younger than her, and she's having a very, very hard time connecting with him.
He's 24. He's a little baby. And she's 34, almost dead. And so young guy and older lady talk about having kids for half the episode. And they went through this insane thing where when she's like, well, when I'm 55, our kid will be 10, and you'll be this.
Yeah.
And then they did that 3 other times for like 3 other ages.
Yeah. And she's like, and when I'm 60, you're going to be 50.
She was just flexing math.
Yeah.
So tough.
Yeah.
And
she must be a math whiz.
Must be a whiz. She's definitely not. Maybe she overcompensates with her love of math, so she doesn't have to talk about her emotions. But I'm not a psychiatrist.
Neither am I.
So we're not going to even try.
No.
She's doing a thing where she is... They keep saying, like, what will society think of our age difference? You're 24, I'm 34. I'm worried about what society will think, which is 2 things. 1, stupid as fuck, because society doesn't give a shit about your relationship. Mm-hmm. No one you're not the talk of anyone's societal talk, except for us on this podcast and anyone else watching this show.
Right here, right now.
Because you're attached to an engagement experiment for the sake of Netflix. So no one gives a fuck, but what she's doing is being the most manipulative person that I've ever seen in my entire life. 100%. And she's trying to do the pretty girl thing where she turns it around on the guy she really doesn't like, because she doesn't want to be the person to be like, I fucked up. I really don't like you. I like that guy. I realize I'm the shitty person in this scenario, but that's how I honestly feel. She doesn't want to do that. So she's trying to turn it around to make them breaking up eventually his decision.
Right.
So manipulative thing to do. And I'm invested. Think about how invested I would be if I saw the 5 previous episodes.
Oh my God.
Do you have anything to add to young boy Mark and old lady Jessica?
No, dude, just fucking that whole thing needs to stop. But she keeps saying too, like, you know, I came into this to find love, and I think that I can with Mark, but I'm just not quite there yet.
Dude, to actually find a functional, long-lasting relationship with somebody who you've never seen with your eyes, who you met 30 days ago based on
not even 30 days ago,
your voice, and to have a relationship with them and have it work, any kind of relationship, not just marriage or engagement, and for that to work is already insane.
Yes.
And now there are 2 people who was she's like, well, I could possibly make marriage work with this little boy.
Maybe.
Or I could possibly make marriage work with this older little boy.
When she was like flexing hard that she makes 6 figures, and he was like, yeah,
More
I
math.
definitely. He's like, I definitely don't make 6 figures. She was like, then we're going to have to put a prenup in place. Wow. And he was just like, okay. Like,
especially because it's going to be my fault when we get divorced. Because
right.
I'm going to cheat on you instantaneously.
if I'm not already. Jessica, eat a dick.
Just eat a dick if you're listening. Big time listener, first time caller. She's manipulative. I have here. She also wants to fuck Barnett. At some point, they go to a party with everyone who was in the house, so you can see everyone, and they're drinking out of solo cups like they're all 24.
Yeah.
Or young Gare. Drinking out of solo cups is a very 21, 19, 20-year-old thing to do.
Yeah.
Too old to be drinking out of cups. Drinking out of cups.
The thing that was funny about that scene was that she was complaining about Mark to Barnett.
Yeah.
And then went over and started hanging on Mark.
Yeah, that's what you do, dude.
Yeah.
You realize you can't be with the person that you want to be with.
So you
because
try to
they're with
find
somebody
love.
else. So you're like, okay, well, now it's late at night and I'm drunk and I need affection and I want to get dick down. Right?
No, she doesn't even. They still haven't even made love.
No. But she wants to. So she goes to this dude Barnett, who she wants to like very much.
Yes.
And wants to like her back. And there is something there, but they're not going to be together because that's not how the show works.
Right.
So she sees this handsome guy, lost opportunity, and then she doesn't want to be like, well, I'm going home. She still needs affection from Dr. Second Choice or whatever young boy's name is, Mark. So she's like, okay, I'm going to go do my last ditch effort to convince the guy I want to be with.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work out. So now I got to go hang on Mark.
Hang on, Mark.
It's like that's the most college thing to do. Boy or girl, you go hang out with, you profess your love to the person you want to be with, and then they say no for whatever reason. And then you're like, but you're the sure thing. So I'll go over and I'll pretend like we're awesome until tomorrow morning when we definitely get into a fight. Over
Only
breakfast.
fights. Yeah. All right. Moving on.
Moving on to Amber and Barnett.
Oh, Jesus. Amber annoys the shit out of me.
Amber is a problem.
She's the biggest problem.
She's kind of pretty, and she's with Barnett, the guy old lady wants to be with.
Right.
Amber goes to Barnett's house where she finds that he has almost exclusively brown sheets. Is that the same house?
No, that was Mark's house.
Okay, Mark has brown sheets. Back to Barnett.
Barnett didn't make his bed.
Gross. How do you leave for a show and not your bed is not made? Come on, Barnett. With your half beard. With your wears half of it beard. Patch Adams. Amber, I guess this didn't come up in the pods in the last 5 episodes.
Nope.
But she talks about what a terrible financial situation she's in.
Now, Barnett, he is financially stable
Yeah.
and has a good JLB.
But Amber, not so much.
No, she doesn't even have a real place to live.
No. And she has a credit card dedicated to makeup.
Only, and that's the only credit card that she has.
And then we're going to go back to why this is Black Mirror. Because now they're engaged. Imagine you met someone, didn't see their face, because of a contract you got with Netflix, you have to get engaged. And then afterwards, when you see her for the first time, maybe the third time you guys hang out, you're like, come to my house and tell me that you're in debt. And now I have to inherit that for the rest of my life.
But like, how doesn't that come up in like the
Dude,
I
you're
love you
in-
process?
No, you're in the honeymoon stage of your shit.
Yeah, but I would still wonder.
You're on television. You're on Netflix trying to broadcast the best possible version of you. You don't want to get embarrassed in front of the country. You don't want to get embarrassed in front of a stranger who you haven't even seen, who you have to be engaged to in 30 days or whatever the fuck, whatever the time period was. The last thing you're going to talk about is how you owe tens of thousands of dollars.
All the thousands of dollars.
You know who did know? And I have no doubt in my mind, the producers of this show.
Absolutely.
When they're like, I can't wait until episode 6, when these people's lives get slowly ruined for my entertainment. Who pitched this show?
Oh my God.
She says, no, I think I'm getting people mixed up. She's the one who said the most millennial thing I've ever heard in my life, where she says, I work to live. I don't live to work.
Yes.
That's what we call a red flag.
Yes.
Because guess what? That's such a cool thing to say if you have a trust fund.
Yeah.
Or if you've won the lottery at some point.
Yeah.
Or if your parents are rich. Definitely say things like, yeah, I only work when I feel like working, but I mostly just live.
When he said to her, how many days a week do you work? And she goes,
however many I want.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. All right. So we got the gist. They're stupid. Who's next?
Oh, you're blowing through this. Zoya has something to do. You know when Zoya had all the time in the world? When she was watching every other episode of this show.
Hey.
And then we go to Lauren and Cameron, who are the most normal, but still, Cameron lives in what I would consider a giant frat house. Right?
Yeah.
Also, Cameron seems like a normal, nice guy, except for the fact that he raps bad.
No, Cameron doesn't live in the frat house. Does he? No, Cameron
and Lauren?
No, Cameron has his own home.
No, but it looks like a frat house.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It was mentioned.
Yes.
In season 1, episode 6.
Yeah, she said this looks like a frat house.
Looks like a frat house.
Okay.
They both seem to want kids as soon as possible. Keep in mind, they were strangers 28 days ago.
I think if anyone's going to make it, it's going to be them.
You do?
Yes.
I have my own conclusions.
Okay.
So then they all go to this birthday party. Looks like a birthday party where they pretend to be friends. That's when everybody's hanging on everybody. Then we go to Damian and Gia. Damian and Gia are my second least favorite couple. Damian might be a robot.
Yep.
And Gia is a little baby.
Spoiled. Yeah.
She is like she was birthed at a music festival and she grew up there.
Yeah.
Gia, South by Southwest last name. Coachella. She has childlike vibes. She looks like a bootleg Kate Upton. Like somebody tried to clone Kate Upton, and the guy looks like a serial killer.
Yes.
When asked why she brought so many outfits to Damian's house, she says, "I dress how I feel," which is something a little kid says.
Yeah.
When your kid dresses themselves for the first time and starts calling themselves Frankenstein, like that one movie with Eric Sandler. She also, while her and Damian are looking up at the heavens at night with a telescope, says, "Hey, you know when people name stars after people? I want that."
Yeah.
Then I'm going to pipe in and say, you know when people name stars after people, that's a scam.
Yeah.
That's a call this number and give us $78.
Yeah.
And we'll say that, yeah, sure, that's your star. I've sold that star 50,000 times today.
Yes.
I'm making a killing on that star, but sure, we'll call it Pangea or whatever the fuck.
How do you market, how do you own things that are in the space?
Can't shove a flag in a ball of gas that's 10,000 light years away, idiot. But by all means, That star's name is Gia, and she's so pretty. He was like, "If you want a star named after you, we're gonna name a star. We'll pick a star.
I'm gonna do anything you want me to.
That'll be your star."
Star, cause you're a star.
I hate it. And then I put my conclusion of this episode is that this is Black Mirror.
Yeah, I said that the other day. I was talking to somebody at work, and I'm like, this totally reminds me of Black Mirror.
This is just at the end of this. I know they already came out with the whole season, and I didn't see the whole season yet. I'm sure you have seen it several times.
I have not.
But if they came out with one more episode and it all turned out to be a Black Mirror episode, that would be the best episode of Black Mirror. I think that would be the coolest shit ever.